So what? She said. We have daughters. Choose one. I can't afford to go back to being poor. Emeka was shattered. He had never imagined that his own wife would be so heartless. Once upon a time in a small village, there lived a family of 4. A young girl named Ada, her mother, Oluwakemi, her father, Emeka, and her younger sister, Ebele. While they were not wealthy, they lived a comfortable life, sharing laughter and joy within their humble home. However, Ada's mother, Oluwakemi, had a nagging worry that constantly troubled her mind. She yearned for a life of luxury and abundance, and she believed that her husband Emeka was not working hard enough to provide it. Day and night, she complained and nagged, filling the air with her discontent. One fateful day, Oluwakemi's rich friends from the city came to visit her. As they chatted and shared stories, Oluwakemi couldn't resist confiding in them about her financial struggles. To her surprise, her friends listened intently and offered a solution that seemed too good to be true. One of her friends said, "Oluwakemi, we know a group that can help you and your family achieve your dreams. They have the power to bring wealth and prosperity to those who join them. We are talking out of experience because our husbands are members." Intrigued and desperate, Oluwakemi pleaded, "Please, my friends, help me talk to your husbands, so Emeka, my husband, can also join them. Look at how you people are shining now. Please help your friend." Soon they introduced Emeka to their secret ritual and promised that if he joined them fully, he would soon become a successful and wealthy man. At first, Emeka hesitated. He had always been a God-fearing man and had no desire to dabble into the occult. But Oluwakemi's nagging grew louder. She would always say, "If you like, don't go and join your mates, real men that are giving their family the best of life." Soon, Emeka reluctantly agreed. The rituals were strange and unsettling. They involved sacrificing animals and chanting ancient words that made Emeka's skin crawl. But as promised, their fortune began to change. Within a year, they had moved into a luxurious mansion and purchased fleet of expensive cars. Ada and Ebele's lives were transformed. They attended the best schools, wore designer clothes, and traveled the world. Oluwakemi was so happy. She had a boutique and a hotel as her businesses. She was now friends with billionaires' wives. However, every 6 months, the occultic group demanded a sacrifice. It could be a goat, a chicken, or even a human life. And as the ritual became more sinister, Emeka's conscience began to torment him. He knew that the wealth he had gained came at a terrible price. After 5 years, the group approached Emeka that it was time for his first mega ritual. This ritual would give him a promotion within the group, but there was a catch. He would have to sleep with either his mother or his daughter. Emeka was horrified. His mother had passed away years ago, and he couldn't bear the thought of betraying his own daughter. Torn torn between his desire for wealth and his love for his family, Emeka confided in Oluwakemi. To his astonishment, she seemed unfazed by the request. "So what?" she said. "We have daughters. Choose one." "I can't afford to go back to being poor." Emeka was shattered. He had never imagined that his own wife would be so heartless. That night, Oluwakemi approached Ada in her room. With trembling hands, she explained the situation and begged her daughter to help them. "My dear," she said, "your father had given us such a beautiful life. I'm asking you to do something to help us keep it. Please, sleep with your father. It's the only way we can sustain our wealth and continue living like this." Ada was speechless. She couldn't believe that her own mother would ask her to do something so terrible. "Mom," she cried, "I can't do that. It's wrong." "Wrong?" Oluwakemi scoffed. "What's wrong with it? We will lose everything if we don't. You will lose your rich friends, your expensive trips, all the luxury you've enjoyed. Do you want to go back to being poor? Just do it, my dear. It will be our family's little secret." Tears streamed down Ada's cheeks as she realized the depth of her mother's greed. She knew that she could never do such. "Mom, I would rather die than commit that abomination," Ada said. "Then get ready to die," Oluwakemi replied. Oluwakemi was furious. She stormed out of the room, vowing that Ada would regret her decision. As the days turned into weeks, the occultic group grew impatient. They demanded that Emeka fulfills his obligation or face the consequence of losing all his wealth and going back to being poor. Oluwakemi was worried. How will I face the world as a poor woman? After living in so much wealth, she thought. She came up with a plan to sedate her daughter so her father could have his way. Finally, Emeka had his way and the ritual was performed. Ada woke up, noticing what had happened. She cried. She confronted her mother. She said, "Mom, how would you do this? When and how did your greed grow to this extent? You are really a mother from hell." Unknown to Oluwakemi and her husband, that the occultic group, through the ritual, has exchanged the life of their daughter, and that she will die within 14 days. Soon, Ada fell ill, and within 14 days, she passed on. Her parents were shocked. They thought it was a harmless ritual. The chief commander of the occultic group laughed and said, "The oracle doesn't give wealth for free. You lose to gain." Oluwakemi, however, didn't regret her actions, though it had cost her her daughter. She said, "There's no going back." Soon it was time for another ritual. This time, the oracle wanted Oluwakemi. Emeka told her about it, and she was shocked. "You can't possibly offer me to that your stupid oracle. I think at this time I'm done." Emeka was surprised. "You call it stupid? But you allowed me to sacrifice my daughter. Now it's your turn. You will allow us lose all our wealth?" After much argument, Oluwakemi thought, what is my way out? What can I do? If I don't ask fast, This oracle will take my life too. Me, I don't want to die, oh. Soon, she came up with an idea to put an end to her husband's life in order to cut every tie he had with the oracle. If Emeka is no more, the oracle will not require any ritual from him again, she said. She put a poison in her husband's drink, and soon Emeka died. But unknown to her that her second daughter Ebele was watching as she poisoned Emeka's drink from the CCTV in her room. Ebele was scared and reported the situation to the police, who came in and arrested Oluwakemi. After the persecution, Oluwakemi was sentenced to death by hanging. Ebele couldn't watch the horror of her mother's death. She abandoned the mansion and all her father's wealth and relocated to Finland to start off a new life. Yet, she couldn't live above the horrible memories that led to the tragic loss of her loved ones, all because of her mother's greed. Ebele never returned to the country, and her family's mansion was never occupied by anyone till date. The moral lesson of this story is the dangers of greed and the importance of family loyalty and love. It highlights how the pursuit for wealth and power can lead to tragic consequences, tearing families apart and causing immense suffering. The story teaches that we should be careful what we do in our pursuit for wealth.